in Toronto for Game 1 of the North Division Finals between the Crunch and the Toronto Marlies. Second straight year, the Crunch are facing the Marlies in the second round series. Here on Countdown to Crunch Time, I'm Lukas Favale, joined by Crunch head coach Ben Groulx, presented by Supercuts. Ben, round 2 is here. It's been over a week since the Crunch played a game. It was a 3-game sweep of the Rochester Americans in the first round. Looking back at that series as a whole, what did you like from that first round series?
Well, you know what? I thought we were able to bring offense, like display our skills offensively, and you know what, execute. And in the playoff, I think it's a good recipe for success when you can be yourself, you can execute, and it gives you confidence. It gives you the poise you need in front of the goalie to succeed. So it was good for us, but now it's Toronto presents another challenge, and it's for us to be ready.
And you talked about playing with confidence, and something you kind of talked about throughout the course of the season, especially with some of these young guys. If they get a goal early, they would take off in that game, and the Crunch have been playing with confidence, and 18 goals in 3 games. What about the youngsters and the team as a whole playing with confidence?
Well, I thought the team played well. Like when you look at our scoring, like we scored by committee, and everybody contributed. I think everybody got a point or so. So it was good. And for us, it's about that. Like you gotta skate, you gotta move the puck, you gotta play with an identity. And when you do that, normally you know what, good things happen. And when good things happen, you feel good about yourself. You play with confidence. You're skating. The puck is rolling for you. So it's many little things together that makes a big difference at the end. And
you talked about the scoring by committee. 17 players had a point. 11 different players had a goal in that first round series. It was impressive stuff. And as the postseason goes along, it obviously becomes more and more important. And against a Toronto team that also has a lot of depth, that depth scoring for the Crunch is a key factor.
It is. And you know what? We always count on everyone on this team. We're a 4-line team and two goalie team, so we've been using everybody. Everybody's been contributing, and obviously when if you want to advance in the playoff, you need the contribution of everyone. And
when you look at, on the individual basis, Matthew Pekka led the team in scoring when he had 8 points in 3 games in that first round series. He's tied for the Calder Cup playoffs lead through the first round of the playoffs. What have you seen from him, as he continues to be productive for the Crunch? Well, you know what,
Pek's been playing his best hockey. Like, he was skating, moving the puck well, competing. So he's playing his best hockey. So major contributor for us, and he brings a lot of depth to our offense.
The Crunch are taking on the Toronto Marlies. It's Game 1 of the North Division Finals. It's been over a week since the Crunch played. As we said, last game was Wednesday, and a lot of rest time and some practice in there as well. This time of the year, having those days off early in the playoffs, you kind of talked about it throughout the course of the week. Obviously valuable for the Crunch, but how do you balance the rest versus, getting ready for this Game 1?
Well, it's for us to make sure that we're ready mentally. At this time of the year, I think it's more mentally than anything else. If you're good physically, you gotta hit the ice and feel good about going on the ice. So that's why we organize our schedule to make sure that we had a good balance between days off and, longer practice early, shorter practice the closer we get to today's game. So I thought our preparation was great. Thought guys were very focused and they worked hard. I feel we're ready.
And it's the Crunch and the Marlies as they play again for the second year in a row in the North Division Finals. It's a year ago, obviously, and lots has changed, but what do you remember from last year's great series? It was a 7-game series last year.
It's different. We're a different team. They're a different team. But we know they're a good team, so we know they finished first this year. We know it's a good challenge for us. It's a good test, and we'll see how we do.
Yeah, and it was an 8-game regular season series between the Crunch and the Marlies. They won 5, the Crunch won 3. The last one was at the end of February, though, so obviously it's been a little while, but since these two teams have played off, you said it's obviously a really good team, and it's a fast team. What challenges do the Marlies present for the Crunch?
All that. Speed, skills, depth. They can hurt you many different ways. Power play, they have a great goalie, so no, it's a good challenge.
And you mentioned the goaltender, it's Garrett Sparks, and he had a shutout in Game 5 of that best-of-5 series. He was the best goalie in the regular season. What challenges does he present in terms of going up against a goalie like that?
Well, experience. He's been around. It's not his first rodeo, obviously, and so he's been around. I thought he struggles a little bit against Utica, but when you look at his performance in Game 5, like he's the one. He proved that he can refocus and be a good goalie for one game, and that's what he was. He was a difference maker in that game. So he's an outstanding goalie. We know the challenge he presents for us, but it's for us to try to exploit what we think we can be. The way he moves or the way he plays, and try to exploit that.
We're here with Crunch head coach Ben Groulx, presented by Supercuts before Game 1 of the North Division Finals of the Crunch and the Marlies. Toronto also got some reinforcements back before Game 5 of their series against Utica. Travis Dermott and Andreas Janssen, and both obviously important pieces for the Marlies team. Janssen had a point per game in the regular season, 3 points in that Game 5, and he's been a good player against the Crunch. What about Andreas Janssen? How do you slow him down?
Well, you know what? When you look at those two guys, I think Dermott's probably one of the best defensemen in this league, and Dermott one of the best forward. Like he's grown a lot as a player. I think it's credit to Toronto development. Like he's a very good player in this league. So it just showed that the team they have, and the challenge doesn't change for us. Like whether they're there or they're not there, they're still a good team, and for us it's going to be a matter of playing our game.
All right, looking forward to it tonight as the Crunch open the North Division Finals on the road here in Toronto against the Marlies. This is Crunch head coach Ben Groulx, presented by Supercuts. Ben, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
All right, thanks.